We are filming, and I am behind the camera. I'm in front of the camera. Oh, now I am. So here I am again, Bandit, Jared Doherty Walsh, and I feel pretty good. Pretty good about pretty much everything in my life right now. It's an update that has taken a very long time for me to actually give to the world and give to myself. But essentially, yeah. Now I'm thinking about cleaning my room, cleaning my apartment, making sure everything looks good. I'm kind of taking pride in my whereabouts, my shelter. Nothing is guaranteed, not shelter, especially if you don't, I guess, you don't take care of it. And now I'm able to do that. Now I'm able to take care of my shelter. And also, I guess, reflect on how it's just taking me a long time to get to the point where I can take care of myself too. And yeah, I mean, right now, I'm feeling just at zen. I'm feeling kind of meditative. I'm feeling like, for whatever reason, again, I'll reference Monday, that last Monday, as the turning point, as a tipping point in my life to the rediscovery of, I guess, my own value. And it's independent of whatever force was inside my head trying to control me at all times. Which, that sounds pretty dramatic. Sounds like some sci-fi or fantasy or horror stuff, but it's more true than you might think. That's its narrative. It's just one. It gets off on apparently me doing what it says, and it's funny because I never have, but I've been bothering it by not doing that for a long time. So it's a constant stream of this stuff in my head, and for the longest time, I thought it was my responsibility to actually engage with it. But now, since Monday, I have actually completely gotten rid of any kind of idea that I should essentially have anything to do with anything that isn't the present moment, first of all, but also it's just something that's been really good for me is realizing that wealth does not come with wanting more or having more. It comes when you are able to and are having the capacity to enjoy less. So that kind of has been hovering around my mind, almost like a will-o-wisp or whatever from Oblivion. Those things are kind of cool. So yeah, I feel like I'm doing good. I feel like I can actually get out of my own way. I already have, actually. And whatever job I happen to have now, however I make money, but I think I'm going to do my best at it, and it's not going to hinder me anymore. This idea that I have to find a perfect one, or I have to find a place where I'm not outside or in public or around toxic people or anything like that. It's amazing. A little bit of fear and hardship and stuff led me to this idea that, like, welcoming challenge, welcoming fear, welcoming psychological terror sometimes, and things that most people would just absolutely shy away from experiencing, welcoming it and saying, like, if my life will get demonstrably, if it gets better overall, just because I have to go through some kind of hardship psychologically, or I face fears within me, or some kind of outside force that allows me to be tested, my mettle tested, as far as like all of the things that I've been learning for so long. That is my gift from the universe, from the world, from everything. Because I've always thought to myself, I want to be grateful for this, for whatever it is. Not because everything's going right, not because it couldn't be better, not because there aren't things that I could improve, or things that seem unfair or whatever. None of that. I just want to feel grateful for my own sanity, for my own mental health, so that when I do experience this world, pain, pleasure, whatever, I guess, excess comes into my experience, I want to be able to say, you know, it's what builds your character. It's what builds a person who is, in my mind, me, I'm speaking of me, who is someone not only can I be proud of, but I can be assured that I've been going in the right direction for a long time. And that's good to me. I really appreciate my work at this point. My previous self, back in time, I've done, enough writing and thinking and learning and applying the principles. I've done enough things that it just clicked. It clicked. And it's going to continue to click like a grasshopper flying overhead. And I feel like right now, this attitude that I have and the ability to go out there and not have to constantly bounce things off of a uncaring, unfeeling, obsessive voice is going to make me, it's going to make my life better. It's going to make me feel good about everything. Yeah, I feel good. I feel amazing. And you know what? I think so acutely my presence in a lot of places, like Victoria, Vic West, Esquimalt, for certain types of people, I mean, it's like what my dad says. For certain type of people, they're going to hate me more than any particular thing that it's reasonable to hate. They're going to hate me more than any particular efficiency could even justify. They're just absolutely dumbstruck by how much they're not into me. And then there's going to be people who are absolutely unconditionally loving of me. And that speaks for itself. But then majority of people don't care. Most people are busy doing something completely different. They're absolutely out there. 9 billion, I think my dad said. I don't know if it's gotten up to 9 yet, but if it has, it's not really anything to talk about. It's just, that's a lot of people. A billion is a lot of people. 1 billion times 9. Anyways, I feel like there's a lot of people who are absolutely independent of anything that's happening right now. And I feel there's a lot of people who are absolutely attuned or tuned into what I'm doing, tuned into everything that I'm doing. And it's like entertainment, like a dream that you cover your eyes, but you can still see it happening. Keeps going and going and going. Some kind of an eternal, forever nightmare that, I don't know, it feels like this voice, whatever it is, this entity, or maybe it's just like a type of person, like just people on a certain wavelength have been more scared than I ever have about the simplest things. And I think when it comes down to everything being, this absolutely crazy problem for them, one, it's all about intentionality. So if you're intentional with anything you do, you don't pay attention to them, you're just intentionally living your life deliberately, they will lose their minds. And then also, um, I guess it's like if it appears to them that you're not doing as they want you to do. So they're like they have the delusion that they're in control, but reality and the dissonance that is there doesn't actually line up with that, which is terrifying for them. But I I don't care about that. I actually don't care about it. And certain people, you can't prove that you don't care about something because they say I don't care without any backup, like actual evidence that they do or they don't. And furthermore, it never mattered in the first place. So, what do I do now? What do I do? After I've like actually chucked that entire process in my head, now I can actually I can literally sit down and I can enjoy silence. I can enjoy finding things within the silence and within my environment, within my atmosphere, to kind of like close in on with my hearing. It's just interesting. Different sounds, different meditative mindfulness practices that are just good. It's something I want to do. And yeah, I can now intentionally slow down the pace of my walking, my pacing, my whatever it might be. I don't need to like constantly drown out anything because I'm secure at this point, mentally tough, mentally strong. I don't need to repeat to myself words of encouragement, affirmations, or anything like that if they don't jive with me. But if the if the opportunity creates itself that I apparently I have to talk about myself in any kind of manner, then I guess I will. But simply put, I don't need to say much. I hope this all helps people out there because I think the true transformation in people is just it's right there, right at their fingertips. And if seeing this can kind of coincide with this understanding that um, this is all possible, like you're with mental health, with the voice in the back of the head, with voices in general, it's possible. Just breathe. Practice as much mindfulness as you possibly can. I think a good entry point, although it might be a bit too abstract for some people, is Eckhart Tolle and his book A New Earth or Stillness Speaks. Both really good entry points into mindfulness. At least they were for me. And once you get good at that, once you practice it, and I mean put in the work, your life becomes so much more manageable and also intriguing. Like you don't. Right now I'm reading the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, and it's like to be stoic, to be level, even kiltered, is about not expecting too much, not wanting too much, not needing too much, not trying to control anything. And some people, unfortunately for them, they are not capable of being able to let go of this idea of controlling anything or everything or themselves or anything. Like, acceptance would save lives. Not only because those people end up ruining lives and killing people, but also because their lives would be spared as well. Through radical acceptance. It shouldn't be radical acceptance. It should be, the easiest acceptance you could possibly think of. Because once you realize how powerful it is, this acceptance that things happen as they happen, you don't need to have any kind of which way about how they're supposed to happen or this or that, or desiring different outcomes. Because once you get that, once you accept this as it is at all times, things work out. Things actually work out in your favor. That's why I know things are going to work out in my favor. But it's not something that like gives me hope. It's not something that gives me that I feel needs to happen. It's just gonna happen, and it kind of already has. Anyways, stay frosty. I'm Midnight Bandit, and this has been a talk. Have a good one. Live your lives.